Hey friends, this is Nick, and I call my channel DZ Performance, and I really appreciate you tuning in. This weekend, the adventure I've got to share with you is I'm down here in Texas dyno testing with my friend Mark Jones, and one of his good friends, Dave, his 69 Camaro, I was wanting to bring it to you and show you this car. Really cool car. Dave's had it for a long time. He's going to give us the grand tour and tell us about this car.
Alrighty, well, I've had this thing since 1983, I think, and 307, 10-bolt rear end, turbo 350. That's the way it came. It's been through a myriad of engines and rear ends. Had a
Oh, can you pop the hood and show us what you got going on this right now?
right now we got the 350 with L98 heads. Performer RPM, air gap, flat top, pistons, hydraulic roller 228 at 50.
It's 224 at 50.
224 at 50.
And what did it dyno at? Horsepower and torque?
We were right at 450 on both of them. And it's, I don't know if we need the observed power at the time, it was in the dead of summer, was 390, but corrected was 450.
And you're a dyno operator. You operate a dyno over there for
Fred Garvin, yes.
Yeah,
Garvin's
yeah.
Machine Shop in Killeen.
Yeah. You and Mark have had this to the track many times. What kind of ETs does this little 350 run?
So we anyway, it's been an adventure. We started with the motor and the transmission we got done. I had a Mopar 8 3/4 rear end in it with 373 gears and a clicker fuel pump. The little clicker fuel pump got us a 1202. Anyway, upgraded the fuel system, met Magna Fuel, got the Mopar rear end out of there, got a 10-bolt with 411s in it and a spool, and we've gotten down to 1130 at 116, 117.
And the improvements to get it to that 1130, what'd you guys do?
So when we started, like I said, we started at the 1202 and then put in the Magna fuel pump, and that got us down. We were
Video that.
we were starving fuel on the top end, and so the Magna fuel got us down to 1170. Put the sump in the tank and the sun narrowed the tank so I could fit the Magna fuel pump right there. Mark might have to help me here remember, but we got the 1170s. We stripped everything off the front of the motor, the power steering. There's the old original frost green vinyl. It's looking good. But we stripped everything off the front of the motor, put an electric fan on it. I took I had disc brakes on the front, aftermarket I'd put on. I took those off, put the drums on, took the power brake booster out of there, just got a manual brake booster in there. So we dropped, can't remember how much we ended up dropping, but maybe 50 or 100 pounds.
Car's about 3175, right?
Yeah, I think we got 3150.
Ready to race.
Yeah. Took the sway bar out of the front. Put the, who makes those shocks? Put 9010s on the front. The Moroso springs to drop it down a little bit. So I think a 152 60 foot is the best so far. Hoping to get it into the 40s, but
So 450 horse out of a 350 Chevy, and you've run as good as 1130.
yes.
1130 what?
I want to say 1132.
What was
Yeah.
the conditions like when you ran that?
I think one of our better 60 foots we were in 800 feet air, but most of the time we were about 1600 feet, maybe 2000.
I think it was around that when it ran 1130s.
Yeah.
Let me say a few things about this. This car started out running 13s. It had this engine in it as it sits, but it had a 700 R4 transmission, and it had the disc brakes and the Mopar rear end with 373s. And he took the motor out and freshened it up, and did some head work to it, kept the same cam. You know, we put a fresh piston in it, and I think we honed it from 30 to 40.
Yes.
And decked the block. And then Dave built a turbo 350 with the help of Mark Yakovon. Changed the converter, and that's when the car came to life. You know, it went from a 13-second car to a low 11-second car. But basically, with all the same engine parts, just reconfigured.
Yep, just the head work and the machine work. Mark did the machine work, the hone and the block deck.
Well,
Makes all the difference.
that's an extremely cool street strip 69 Camaro, and I thought I want to bring this this car to you because it's really amazing. Run deep in the 11s for a 350 Chevy street strip car. This is Nick. Thanks for watching.